guys. I am so excited to be back for this season. We have so much in store for you, and I know that we were on a little bit of a break during the holidays, but we've been actually working on a project outside of everything that goes on online. We've been kind of working on that project for a while, and we did kind of mention it a little bit last year. So today's video is, hi Frosty. Our birds are chirping away, they're talking, so they're saying hi too. We have a new bird this year named Frosty. It's Chili's new friend. It took a little bit to get them acclimated together, but now they get along really well, and they're out in the greenhouse, so that way they can live in a tropical paradise out here in the greenhouse. So today we're just going to show you what we have going on in the greenhouse, a little bit of an update, some things that we've been up to, and some of the plants that we're growing. Some of the plants that we're growing in. You want to talk? You want to take over the video? I think Frosty is super congenial, whereas our Chili that we've had for quite a while is a little bit more shy. Hello. Hello. He's probably like, be quiet. It's been so nice in here, relaxing without your voice. He's even getting sick of hearing it. So I don't want you guys to get sick of hearing my voice. So I'm going to start showing you guys what we got going on so that you guys can enjoy this video. And if you're going through a winter like we are here in Wisconsin, Zone 5, you're going to be super happy and excited to see some green and color. We've had a really mild winter this year, so that's been actually really amazing. And we've been outside a lot more and just enjoying ourselves. But the greenhouse is always our sanctuary, and it's a living paradise in the middle of winter. A few weeks ago, well actually no, it's been about a month, I created a video and I couldn't upload it. When I filmed that video and uploaded those videos onto my editor, I realized that the sound was all crackly and you couldn't even hear me. So I'm like, all right, well, I wanted to do an update video then, but we're gonna do it now. We got a new camera. We did get microphones, which are charging today, so I'm not using them today, but we will for future, so that way it's easier to hear what we say, and that way we can, you know, show how to do things without yelling at the camera for you to hear us. So I'm just super excited to be back. I'm so grateful for all of you who have been with us for a really long time. I'm grateful for all of you who have just recently joined the channel. Just to give you a heads up, I'm not somebody who is constantly uploading and you know, working this as like my main hustle. It's something that I created here just to be able to share, give tips, ideas, teach and learn, and inspire, and just all that good stuff, you know, just to have this positive channel and this positive voice here on YouTube with something that we all love. So our channel is mainly gardening, but you'll once in a while see a little pop-up of, you know, home stuff, or maybe if we go on like a vacation somewhere, which is usually just, you know, up north in our state on the lake, and it's somewhere natural and fun, or rock hounding, because that's like one of our favorite hobbies to do as well, maybe down by the lake or something cool, or in the fields. So you'll find a lot of random videos here, but I just want you to know that majority of our videos and content is gardening. So if there's a video that you prefer not to watch, then just don't watch it. And we do like to share our pets and our animals, and we love sharing them because we love them. We love sharing what we love, and we hope that that love spreads out to you and makes you feel good all day, every day. And we are so grateful once again for all of you. Let's just get started. I'm gonna be quiet now. I'm gonna be quiet. So welcome to the greenhouse. We've got lots of plants in here. In the greenhouse, we have a lot of different varieties. These are a lot of things that I saved from last year, so nothing in here is newly seeded yet. We are going to be starting seeding this month. I'm super excited. We always start with the things that take the longest to germinate, which is basically like, you know, sage and eucalyptus. It's still pretty early to grow them for our own use, but we do plan on selling those plants this year. That's something we've been working on. So we'll talk more about that later, but today I just want you guys to enjoy seeing some plants if you are in a zone where you're seeing winter and it's brown. So let's just look at some green. We've got also some sage over here. We've got rosemary, a little bit of angelica, feverfew, lemongrass, sweetgrass, and more eucalyptus. So you'll notice that some things look like they're dying, but a lot of times plants go through a dormant stage. If they are perennials in other zones, let's say for example, lemongrass or white sage or eucalyptus, they go through a dormant stage where they're not looking their best. Ooh, the sun's coming out. I'm super excited. I love this eucalyptus here. It was outside by our fire pit and it was wrapped around the bench out there, so it doesn't stand on its own. So I had to actually lift it up and have it held up by some hanging basket hooks, as you can see. But it is so cool because it actually curves around. Doesn't that just look awesome? And then it's like I can walk right under it. Here we go. See? I get to walk right under it. It's like a little eucalyptus tunnel that I go through. And then there's this other huge one over here. This one we've had for 3 years now. As long as you keep them nice and wet, and you gotta let them dry out though a little bit, but not all the way. Eucalyptus does not like to dry out all the way, but eucalyptus does suck up a lot of water, especially once it's established. So this one's one of my favorites here. It's very cool. And I actually wish we did not put it in a 3-foot tall container. I wish we would have just put it in maybe like a 2-foot tall container and then just had it like as a wider root base. So keep that in mind, like when you are growing something super tall and you need somewhere to store it in the winter, probably watch the height of the container so that way it can continue to grow. Because in here, our greenhouse goes up to 16 feet. And this eucalyptus, I keep scooching it over more and more, but eventually it'll cover the door. So this one's already at 16 feet, but that's because it also has the 3-foot. So really it's at 13 feet, which is still huge, but you know. There's my potting bench over there. It's just getting ready. We're gonna start seeding, like I said, and bumping up a lot of plants in here. Got more eucalyptus. And then over here we've got our bunny area. I just started cleaning. So I gotta do a big clean out today, which bunnies are pretty easy. I just grab the shop vac now and just suck it all up in there and give them fresh food and fresh litter box with unlimited hay and hay feeders and lots of water, and they're happy. There goes little pumpkin. But in here you can tell we're kind of doing a project right now. We're not done with this project, but we'll share it, you know, once we're getting closer to completion. And it's just to have like a nice bunny space with a bench in here, because right now we have our table in here, which is perfect during the winter months because we can come in here, sit in here, eat in here, drink in here, like our tea and coffee and stuff like that. But this is around the time when I start seeding that I need all the space I can get. So this table is gonna have to go out the door. And that way we have, whoa, what's going on in there, huh? That way we can still have some seating over here. So we'll still have seating in the greenhouse. And then we've got our succulents and mangaves over here, which I love these guys. They're awesome. So this succulent container here I've had for 3 years in the same pot, and it's still awesome. And we got our aloe up there, which those need to be separated out. We've got some mangaves up there, which also need some separating out. If you can tell that there's actually, there's some babies in there that we can start cutting out of there. So we'll show all that too. We also have another really huge, this is a different variety of eucalyptus over here. This one always looks wilty inside, but that's just its dormancy it's going through, and it's still really healthy and green. And next to it, it has the citronella eucalyptus, which smells so amazing. So, so good. I wish you guys could smell it. I wish you could have like a smell button. And we got more eucalyptus up here on the back shelves over here. These ones are larger, and some extra mangaves, which I just got 2 new pots. So I got to pick 2 of these mangaves to put in those 2 new pots and get more, because they all need to be bumped up. Everything needs to be bumped up, you guys. It's getting overly grown. But these are the eucalyptus down here. They're really big. We grow a lot of this in the greenhouse so that way we can have eucalyptus to distill for our sprays. And oh my gosh, my hands are sticky, and it's pure, like it just feels like oil. It feels amazing. These here are really cool, actually. I really like these eucalyptus. They're not as highly scented as the neglecta here. These ones are the neglectas, but these ones are the polys, and they're really large leafed. They're just absolutely beautiful. So I look forward to seeing what those do this year on year 2 once they're bumped up. On the table over here, we have our cuttings from our hybrid willow trees that we took in fall. And as you can see, they are really rooted and they need to get bumped up. So now is when I would usually plant them outside into the ground. But because we're still cold here, I'm gonna plant them into pots so that way they get a nice root ball. And we'll have plenty of trees to plant out front on those berms that we've added. If you're not familiar with the berms, we do have a lot of videos on our berms. We added them for privacy, and we added a lot of wildflowers and native plants on them, and now we're starting to add trees. And that beautiful flower, if you follow it down, goes towards the largest mangave ever grown. Yeah, I love this mangave. It got so huge, and there's so many babies in there. Like, I could really go ahead and divide it out, and I probably should, so that way we could have even more. But I mean, it's just so beautiful as is. I don't really always like disturbing my plants. I like them to just kind of just be, but it's also healthy for them when you divide them out too. So it gives them the growth and space and room that they need. Look how gorgeous. I love these. These ones are from Walter's Gardens. They are just amazing growers. So I'd like to show you with this eucalyptus, you know, if you have eucalyptus or certain plants that just look like they're like dead or dying, I wouldn't worry, especially like with the eucalyptus too, because what I always do then is I'll cut off these old branches here all the way down, because if you notice down here, there's actually a lot of fresh growth. So if you cut this, it'll just bush right up. I did that with some plants over the summer because I cut them for oils and sprays, and when I did that, they came up just fine. And as you can see, we're starting to get a few of these mealy bugs, so that's why I want to get some of these cut down and get the old growth off. And then we usually use the Monterey, just like the organic Monterey spray. But with mealy bugs, you have to make sure you spray until they almost like fall off, because if you don't spray it in a way where they kind of fall off, they will actually they won't even penetrate, because on the outside they have like this cotton material, as you can see. Look at how it just easily gets stuck to my finger. That's a protective layer. See that? That's a protective layer. So you have to actually make sure you get underneath them. A lot of people will use like a cotton swab and some alcohol as well, but I don't have time, and I'm sure many of you who have a lot of plants, tons of gardens, do not have that kind of time. So that's why I like to use the Monterey. And I also actually love Crop Control Trifecta. That's awesome too. I use that one in the house, It's very, very naturally made. I love it. You guys can take a peek at it, look it up. I get mine on Amazon. Always do a test on a leaf first of your plant. All plants react differently, especially when it comes to like a lot of organic sprays, because they're using other plants or oils, and not all plants are not accepting of it, because it could burn the leaf and it could burn your whole plant if you don't do a test trial first. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's quick little update of what's going on in the greenhouse and what the gardens currently look like. And I appreciate all of you for tuning in today. We'll share more on what we're going to be working on next, which I'm pretty sure is bumping up and cleaning the greenhouse out. I'd really like to get a lot of old plants out and cut back, bumped up, so that way we can create some room for those new seedlings. The podcast is where we can kind of discuss and talk about things outside of the YouTube channel, so kind of behind the scenes stuff, some of our goals and ideas. Our main purpose for starting the YouTube channel was really just to document the growth of the garden, so that way in the future when we open it, people could watch it grow from the bottom up and then come and visit. And that's really what we're doing here. But along the way, I really love being able to share ideas, creativity, inspiration, and give tips and learn. I'm always open to learning more, and I love being able to interact with all of you. So please do feel free to leave a comment. We do read them, and well, most of them. After a video's been out for a while, we can't always go back and read comments, because if we read all the comments all the time, then we wouldn't really be getting much work done. So we try to do as much as we can to interact and communicate with all of you to create that community and relationship. And I just want to tell all of you that I am so grateful for all of you, and so thankful that you guys have found us and you guys are, you know, part of the Lawrence Garden Farm. And we really hope that one day when we do open, that you will join us here and you will visit us here, and you'll be able to feel like you designed and built this garden alongside of us. So thank you so much. We can't wait to share more this year, and have a good day. If I don't end it there, I'm gonna keep going. I'm a rambler. If you watch any of our videos, you know that. So have a good day, you guys.